great players, they have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, baby.
What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raiders related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. The Raiders once again haven't really done much in this whole free agency period, especially on the defensive side of the football, which is really what I have been most anxious about with this team. Raiders started off this free agency period making some moves on the offensive side of the football, bringing in quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, trading away Darren Waller, signing Jacoby Meyers, and speedster wide receiver Phillip Dorset to this roster. And look, overall, I'm okay with these moves on the offensive side of the football. You know, getting a guy like Jimmy G, I feel like he was signed to a very favorable contract from the Raiders standpoint, and he fills a role as a bridge quarterback while we look for our quarterback via the NFL draft. Now, at first, I wasn't very happy about the trade for Darren Waller in terms of the compensation we got in return, but after the recent news came out about Darren Waller, which indicates that he decided to go with his girlfriend to a San Diego Padres game during the bye week instead of staying in the Raiders facility trying to rehab his hamstring injury. Look, me personally, I'm fine with us moving on from Darren Waller. I think signing Jacoby Meyers, I think, will be a good addition to this offense, and now the Raiders will have 3 legitimate wide receivers that are all great route runners in Davante Adams, Hunter Renfrow, and now Jacoby Meyers. This allows this offense to have the flexibility to have all these guys out there on the field together, and in reality they can all be interchangeable. You can line up Davante Adams outside in the slot, same with Jacoby Meyers and Hunter Renfrow. But look, where I think the Raiders have been dropping the ball in this free agency period is the fact that we haven't signed any noticeable game changers on the defensive side of the football, especially with us having so many holes in the defense. I wanted to see this team at the very least sign 1 or 2 instant starters and upgrades on this defense, and we have not done that thus far by us getting cheaper on offense, moving on from Derek Carr's contract and trading away Darren Waller, saving about $11 million in the cap. I feel like this team needs to go in a different direction and build this team, and we need to build a strong, formidable defense. Jimmy G has really shown you with San Francisco that when he is surrounded with a strong defense, he can win games in the National Football League. So look, why not try to replicate that formula here in Las Vegas? Now, free agency is still not over, but for example, I think the Raiders missed out on getting guys like Jordan Poyer, who re-signed with the Buffalo Bills for a 2-year, $10 million contract, but we paid more for Marcus Epps. Look, I was also hoping we would sign linebacker Drew Tranquill, who instead ended up signing with the arch rival, the Kansas City Chiefs. We could have also got a guy like a safety, Julian Love. He was signed for the same amount that we signed Marcus Epps to. And look, I would have rather had Julian Love or Jordan Poyer over Marcus Epps. Also, I was not happy to see that we let our defensive tackle Andrew Billings walk away in this free agency period. I thought it was crucial for us to bring him back, and also too, we signed defensive tackle Jerry Tillery instead. I think the Raiders really dropped the ball on that move. Andrew Billings was arguably our best defensive tackle last season, and I thought we should have for sure brought him back. A lot of the top names of the defensive tackle position are off the board, like a guy like Dalvin Tomlinson, who signed with the Cleveland Browns. And look, just looking at the available free agents on the defensive side of the football, I don't really see any game changers left. You know, maybe the Raiders could sign a veteran linebacker like Bobby Wagner. Now, he is a little bit up there in age, but he still played at a very high level with the Los Angeles Rams last season. But look, me personally, I don't think Bobby Wagner will want to come to the Raiders at this point in time. Especially, I think he's just going to want to go to a team that is in win now mode. I don't think the Raiders are in that situation right now, to be quite honest with you. So at this point, it really looks like there's 2 different possibilities to why this free agency period has gone the way it's gone. Really, it looks like either the strategy from this front office is that they're just going to go for a bunch of depth players, a bunch of cheap players. And look, I understand depth is very important, but we also need to get some good, talented players to be able to transform this defense. Now, I'm not saying the Raiders had to go out there and make the biggest splash moves. I understand us being a little bit quiet the first day of free agency because a lot of defensive players were, in my opinion, getting overpaid. I understand that you don't want to go out there and overpay for players, but at the same time, these past couple of days, there have been good quality players on defense that have been signed to fair contracts but unfortunately just none of them have came to the Las Vegas Raiders. Or another possibility, and I hope this is not the case, because if this is the case, then this means that the Raiders are in a bad position moving forward, but it could also be the fact that maybe other players around the National Football League don't want to come in and play for head coach Josh McDaniels, and they don't want to come into the culture being built over here in Vegas. Look, we know the whole Patriot way philosophy that McDaniels and Dave Ziegler are trying to implement in this franchise. Look, it's not an easy process for professional players. Some players probably don't like that whole Patriot way, and look, in my opinion, players will only want to tolerate this type of environment if the Raiders are able to have success and win games, which at this point in time, that is still a huge question mark for this franchise moving forward. We're coming off a very disappointing 6-11 season, and to be honest, we're still really not sure what type of direction we're moving with this franchise in the future. Are we gonna tank next season? Are we like in a rebuilding stage? So look, I think the Raiders are definitely in a tough spot at the moment, but let me know, Raider Nation, do you guys think I'm overreacting, or are you guys also worried about how this offseason has gone thus far with this team? Look, the Raiders, they still have a boatload of draft picks, and really, no matter how this free agency period goes, I think it's going to be crucial for us to have a good draft this year and bring in some young talent. So Dave Ziegler better go out there and be prepared for the draft, and we have to hit on these draft picks. But Raider Nation, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of this team moving forward? That being said, Raider Nation, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raiders related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.